Staying Alive: Women, Ecology and Development by Vandana Shiva. Vandana Shiva, who was born in 1952, is a renowned environmental philosopher and green activist who plays a major role in the global ecofeminist movement. She has authored more than 20 books and over 500 papers in leading scientific journals. She started her ecological movement with Chipko movement that began in 1972. She was awarded Right Livelihood Award in 1993. Her book Staying Alive: Women, Ecology and Development talks about the feminine perspective in the human interaction with nature. It is one of the fundamental books of the ecofeminism. According to Vandana Shiva, modern science is used by men only to slave women and nature. She proves that how ecological crisis, patriarchy, colonization, and oppression of the women have a strong link together through this book. She starts her book with a question on the basic concept of the development that sees forest merely as the source for the industries but not as the system which is essential for the living. With the concept of Western patriarchy, it destroyed the whole ecology and created disbalance in nature. So, the hunting mentality of men should be stopped, and the philosophies and practices of women should be practiced in the field of production and renewability of the life. As the culture of the forest has fueled the culture of Indian society, Indian women were fully aware of the unifying principles of life in diversity. So they know earth democracy, which is the freedom for all species to evolve within the web of life, and the freedom and responsibility of humans as member of the earth family to recognize, protect and respect the rights of other species. That was why they started Chipko movement to uproot anthropocentrism and establish ecocentrism. According to Vandana Shiva, the role of women in food gathering is inevitable. Women consider forest as their mother because forest feeds them, helps them to maintain livestock, provides wood for burning, and many herbs for medicinal use. Whereas patriarchal developments practiced a mal-development that didn't respect diversity. Instead, it started exploitation and neglected traditional knowledge and values of women and tribal communities. That was how they came with the scientific forestry that was based on the profit maximization and extracted valuable natural resources. That created water crisis which became a threat to the survival of plants, animals and humans. Moreover, the reductionist nature of science chose high yield crops that required more water than the local crops which were actually suitable for our environment. Vandana Shiva concludes her book by saying the current economic and ecological crisis can only be overcome with the traditional sustainable methods of different ecological movements practiced by the third world women because they are non-violent, non-gendered, human inclusive alternatives. So they are easy and effective. Thus, she supports and respects the traditions and practices of the indigenous community. She also points out the danger of our high consumption and profit driven society. She is also of the opinion that all the environmental crisis has their root in modern science and reductionist thinking of the patriarchal society. Thus, Vandana Shiva makes all think about the biases of development, modern science, and gender discrimination and their consequences. She is also of the opinion that apart from the sustaining culture of the third world women, as there are growing movements of people in the West for innovative methods for life sustaining culture, an apt solution will get shaped and practiced to overcome the global ecological crisis.